Today we're looking at an MLB Prizepicks for 10-4. Not gonna lie to you guys, yesterday was a little rough, having about 4 of my pitchers end up half strikeout under where they needed to be. Did break even last night. Basically, thanks to these last couple plays at the end of the night, Pat Sandoval, Joe Musgrove, they were part of my core yesterday. As you can see, I had a refunded one. Should have let that ride. That would have been our $100. But yeah, a lot of my 5 picks looked like this, where I'm a half run short or a half strikeout short. You know, it was a lot of that. One short. Bryce Elder had a joke of a game. We're not even going to talk about that. But one short. Joke of a game, one short. So basically, I got saved by these last couple plays I made last night. So today is not much prettier. There's not all the pitchers on the board yet. I'm going to give you 4 plays that I do like, that Vegas has juiced in the correct direction as of right now. Remember, it is Taco Tuesday, so something will go on sale. 2 things will go on sale. Hopefully both are baseball plays, and hopefully they're not hitter props. Hitter props are so variable, so hard to hit, even on simple ones like Judge. You think you're gonna hit, and we can't get Judge to get a goddamn hit anymore. So on with the show. First pitcher I like today, I wish it was a 5.5. It's a 6. Jon Gray against New York Yankees. We got a right-handed pitcher in Jon Gray, and he is going to be at home tonight. So if we look at the Yankees on the road versus a righty, for the last 30 days, let's see, we're New York Yankees, number 13 with a 22.4% clip for strikeouts. So about 1 in every 4 guys is going down. If we look at Jon Gray, one of the very few people I could find with juice to the overs. As you can tell from my past videos, I'm an over better. I don't like betting unders. That shit is not fun. That shit is hard to do for me. So I look for overs. If I can't find them, I leave them be. So Gray is juiced to hit the over 5.5 at negative -158. So looking for a push, which I don't like pushing, but there's not many more options. Again, I'm hoping Jon Gray could become one of the tacos and we drop his strikeouts to 4.5 or something like that, and then you slam that shit. So that is one that I do like. Again, it could push, but given today's picks, a push is not the end of the world. So that is pick number 1 for you. Pick number 2. I wish they had Dakota Hudson on the other side of this game at 2.5 strikeouts. They'll probably list him at 3 because he is used at 2.5. If that pops up, that's a play I love. Next, Zac Gallen at Milwaukee. Probably my favorite play on the board today. If we look at Zach, we got a right-handed pitcher in Zac Gallen playing in Milwaukee. So Milwaukee will be at home versus a righty. Righty at home, and let's look where Milwaukee falls in the last 30 days. They are number 4 at 25.4% clip. Just an absolute doozy of a matchup right there for Gallen. If we go into here and we take a look where Zac Gallen is sitting according to Las Vegas on his prop, 6.5 strikeouts is juiced at -127. It is in the correct direction. It's not a huge juice. It's not one of those plays that says slam dunk, but everything provides that the play is what it needs to be. It's a good matchup. It's a good strikeout pitcher, and it's got the right odds. Next, I don't know how to feel about Zac Gallen. If you don't like the strikeouts, he has a fantasy score. I do think it's a little high, but I think if they win the game, he gets there. He'll get 6 innings plus a quality start, hopefully, which would make 22 points. Give him 6 strikeouts, let's say, instead of 6, and unless it's 6.5 prop, that's 18 more. That would bring him to 40 right there. A win would make it 46, and he allows 2 runs, puts him down to 40. So he can only allow 1 run if you take the pitcher fantasy score. So if you believe that's possible, but if he hits the 7 strikeouts, he's going to clear his pitcher fantasy score most likely, but then you might as well just take him the strikeout prop, and you'd win there, and you don't have to worry about fading runs. Hope that makes sense. Next play, I like. Don't like the pitcher one bit, don't like the play one bit, but it makes sense. Again, I took Jose Urena, probably the worst pitcher in baseball, over 3.5 strikeouts last night against the Dodgers, and he got 4. If Urena can do it, I think Feltner can do it. So let's take a peek here. Feltner is a righty playing against the Dodgers at home. Same thing. LAD comes in at 23.1% strikeout clip, number 11 in the MLB. And we take a look at Ryan Feltner. Juiced incredibly heavily at minus 171 at over 3.5 strikeouts. So it's stating basically push or win. Same as our first pick. That's same kind of thing. Heavily juiced at the line, just under at the 5.5 for John Gray at the 6th line. Same thing, 3.5 line to the 4 for Feltner. And then my last play, I do not even remember what it was. Yes I do. Last play that I liked remember, Taco Tuesday is today. Don't submit too many plays unless you're in love with them. But my last play on the board is going to be Jeffrey Springs, over 5 strikeouts. I also don't mind Nate Eovaldi over 5 strikeouts, but I like Jeffrey Springs on the other side. The reason I like Jeffrey Springs on the other side is he is a lefty. Lefties against Boston is a recipe I like to begin with. So let's take a peek at this. They're going to be playing in Boston at home versus a left-handed pitcher, and boom, let's see where they fall. Yeah, number 3. I already knew that matchup was fucking killer. 28.6% strikeout clip. Absolutely insane. So if that's not screaming lock, I don't know what is. Let's take a peek where Jeffrey Springs comes out according to Las Vegas. Mr. Springs at 5.5 strikeouts. That's interesting. This has changed since I put my stuff out. That's interesting. It was used heavily at the 4.5, minus 150. Now we're at over 5.5 at plus 119. That I don't love. That makes me reconsider the play. Again, it's Taco Tuesday, so we could just hope this is another one of the tacos maybe, and we get Jeffrey Springs down to 4, and we take that play. So, seeing the juice, I'm a little more nervous about this play. Boston still is striking out like clockwork. I don't know exactly what Jeffrey Springs averages in a game. 5, 6, 6, 5, 2, 7, 8, 7. That is his last 8 games. So he is right in that 6-7 range. I'm going to let that ride. I don't mind that play. So this is what I got for you to start. Again, not much on the board. I love it. They don't have all the pitchers on the board yet. I don't know if they're planning on adding them. Games do start at 2:05 today, so that's 3 hours from now. I'd imagine they add a couple more. They probably change a couple lines. Again, this is what I like right now. If I can't find any more props that I like to the over, I'm going to have to dig for some unders today and just find the ones that I find overly convincing. Like some that we're looking at, like Luis Cessa, 4 strikeouts, way too high. Javier Assad, 4 strikeouts, way too high. Josh Linder, way too high. That's like a 2 strikeout prop. I mean, I don't even think he probably sees 2, to be honest. So yeah, there's quite a few unders, but I won't bet unders generally. So that's where we're at right now. Let me take a peek real quick at Chris Flexen versus Detroit while we got you here, though. Just because that is a matchup that we love against Detroit. Flexen's a righty. They're playing in Seattle. So they would be playing on the road against a righty. Let's see where Detroit pops. Middle of the road. Because I looked at this yesterday, and I think it was a right-handed pitcher yesterday, too. Yep. Right. Okay, towards the bottom of the road, actually. 19.3%. Don't love that. Again, I'm waiting heavily for Dakota Hudson to come on, because he will be facing Pittsburgh at a striking out at 30% clip. Let's see who Oakland is playing against today, against LA. So the Oakland and Angels game. Who is pitching the Angels game right now? Mike Lorenzen. Let's take a peek at him, because he would have to be facing a 28.9% strikeout clip. The only thing that is incorrect about this is they would be at home. Let's see if Oakland falls towards the top still. God, that's crazy how much of a change it makes going from the home to the road. So they're at 22% when they're playing at home. They strike out a lot higher on the road. If you look at just the average and not a home road split, Oakland is at the top at 25%. So it's a great matchup. Let's take a look real quick where Lorenzen is at, and then we are going to cut this video. Alright, Michael Lorenzen. Over 4.5 strikeouts. He is juiced minus 108 to the over, minus 122 to the under. So it's pretty much a coin flip. A little bit heavier juice to the underside of 4.5. He is at a 4. So that's a play for me. All day long, that's a play for me. This is probably safer to run all 5, because that way if Jeffrey Springs loses or one of these does push, you're still very live. So you're going to get an extra play here. So we got John Gray going over 6, Zac Gallen over 6.5, Feltner over 4, Springs over 5, questionable, but it is what it is, and Chris Flexen going over 4. Remember, tacos will be coming out. Don't be in a hurry to make your plays. I do this. I make like $150 worth of plays, $200 worth of plays, and then I'm like, fuck, it's Tuesday. And all the plays that I already made, they end up being my taco plays, and I could have got them for 25% off, but I didn't. So, again, that's where we stand. Please like and subscribe. Good luck, guys. I hope today is a winner. I absolutely need it. I'm sure you all do too. I'll pop back on later if more pitchers get added, or if anything else attractive gets added, and I will definitely throw it your way.